Welcome to LingoTWOW 2B! I actually miscounted the number of contestants this season, missing Yohabdo who didn't appear in the contestants grids last episode. With their addition, LingoTWOW's contestant count has been brought up to 526! Anyways, results for this round are more exciting than anything else I could possibly say, so let's get right to them. Across all languages, we received 840 votes, with 23.2 votes per response for English, and these amounts on the screen for all other languages. Special super voter shoutouts to Frozen Pickle, Potato Thing, Betabug, Dav the Dartrix, Seacorus, Siktoabu, Viachitziel, Deafy Fox, Hong Baiguian, Liminar, Roly Poly Guy, Navisnow, Panini Pancake, Lucidical 1, It's Me Arnie, Foxrish, Yoshipipe, and Mazuat. As a reminder, the prompt was, you've broken your Duolingo streak, and Duo's upset. How do you hide away from the owl? Out of the 377 contestants who responded this round, the top 28 will gain a triple response prize, while the bottom 57 will lose a life and potentially be out of the game. The winner of the second round of LingoTWOW was Pigleek, who had the highest scoring Polish response. I was hoping that the top 3 or 5 would be entirely languages that I can pronounce well so I don't butcher anything, but I suppose y'all are gonna have to endure my god-awful Polish pronunciation. Pigleek's response was Wyjadę do Szczepszeszyna. Nawet duo nie da rady tego wymówić, which means I'll get away to Szczepszeszyn. Even Duo won't be able to pronounce this. In second place was the winner of the English section again, this time being Nindragon471, with her response, Activate Floodlights, creating artificial daytime. Being nocturnal, Duo endlessly slumbers, which had the highest raw score this round. Wrapping up the languages for which I won't get a massive anxiety spike of people harassing me for my poor pronunciation, we have Lime's Spanish response in third place. Yo cambio mi dirección IP. No puede encontrarme con 0000, which means I change my IP address. He can't find me on 0000, which as a prospective IT furry, I doubted if that was a valid IP address, but it turns out it actually is. Although you'd probably be just as easy to find on that address as on 1, 2, 3, 4. Rounding out the top 20, we have Arnoob once again, Thousand Dragons, Gibbous, Nihonium LTE, The Lime Stick, Tai Person, Moda Habab, Vietchitziel, Aleph, Siktoabu, Dark, Gohaki, My Tag, Paki124, Pizza Enjoyer, Fanático del Keri Naranja, and Zetex. Gohaki managed to get both of his responses within the prizing region, and Tai Person was close to also achieving this feat. Magenta got the prize scrape, while Avoy got the prize choke unfortunately. Scrolling onto the next screen, we see that Moda Habab was the only person who got first place in 2 different languages, winning both Tokipona and Arabic. Now it's time to suspensefully reveal the placements of everyone else's responses. Unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to 100 contestants. Most of you tried your best, and I sincerely appreciate your participation. In lighter news, it's stats time. Suomi Namco's Arabic response was the most controversial this round, while Antenna Chile's Spanish response was the least controversial, with a standard deviation of 0. Having gotten an NR score of 100% in both rounds, Arnoob is our current frontrunner. To plagiarize from Carrie, I mean summarize, here's who's still in and who's eliminated. If you're eliminated, you won't be able to send responses for future rounds of LingoTWOW Season 1. With sufficient mourning of fallen contestants, it's time for round 3. The third round prompt is, you dislike professional sports and competitions, but have been tasked with planning one yourself. Create the most dysfunctional tournament possible. An example response would be tic-tac-toe. Even professional players cannot achieve victory without cross-teaming. You're free to write about either a pre-existing competition like with football or Pokémon cards, or make something up yourself. Be sure to respond by the deadline on February 1st at midnight Central Standard Time. Do note that if the language gets 0 responses, nothing will happen, and if only one person responds for a given language, they'll get a flat 50% NR score and be sent on their merry way. If you're familiar with a language which only got a handful of responses last round, you should consider responding to it this round since there's a lot less competition. In wrapping this video up, massive thanks to Lemon Venom for drawing many of these visuals for both this episode and 2A, and Kuyuni for helping with vote compilation and results calculation. Remember the length limits for responses in Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Thai, and Togipona, and as a reminder, there's a sheet in the description with translations for this round's responses. That's all for now. See y'all in LingoTWOW 3A!